last time I spoke to you guys was in February. I was in Stellenbosch, and I was at that point gearing up to race in Abu Dhabi, just kick off the season, and thought that's where I would start. I actually only was able to start in August, so at that point I thought, okay, maybe I'm through the worst of my injury saga, but really the worst of it was about to come. And so then when I had to pull out of that, it was just like, I don't know, my world kind of came crashing down for a few days, and I just couldn't get myself out the door to train. I was just so sad and depressed, and just like, don't know how I got to this point. But like everything, time helps, and luckily I have a good people around me to help me get through that, and slowly but surely, you know, I ended up on the start line. It was like, I don't know, 6 months after I thought I would. But even when I started there in Tokyo, my first race, like, I wasn't fully fit. It was really daunting. I didn't know if I could, well, it was supposed to be a 10K. I didn't even know if I could run the full 10K. The amount of volume of running that I've been able to do is very low. So it was a really scary moment for me to get back out there racing at the Tokyo test event when everyone's 100% and I'm coming in at like 75%, having raced for over a year. But saying all that, it was great to be back there and finally have some momentum behind me. Starting there, I think I was number 55, so you know, I haven't seen those numbers in a while, so just like starting from the bottom and slowly working my way back up. But yeah, it was a very hard race. It was a shock to the system, like just even the swim, which is usually a strength of mine, just hanging on to that front group, on the bike not feeling as sharp, and then on the run, just running so defensively, just being like, can I make this, because it was shortened to a 5K, can I even make this 5K? Which for me personally, shortening to a 5K was like a huge relief or a really positive thing for me. Not because of the heat, just because I was like, I can do a 5K. This is a nice stepping stone. And then to cross third, that was, yeah, a huge confidence boost for me, and just showed that I still had it, because after that long of not racing, I was like, can I even still do this? Am I even the same Flora? Do I still have that fire in me to finish on podiums, to win races? So yeah, there was a lot of things going on that day besides just swim, bike, run. It was a huge weight off my shoulders for sure, because yeah, I'd executed a great race, went into a race where everyone was 100%, as I said, trying to get their Olympic spots in really difficult, hot, humid conditions. So to execute that way, being super rusty, it was great. And I was like, okay, there's still glimpses of like racing Flora still inside of me. After Tokyo, 2 weeks later was Lausanne, the grand final. And Lausanne is an incredibly difficult course. It's amazing, I love the course. But for me, I was a little disappointed that I couldn't hit it at like 100% fitness. But regardless, it was great to go there and be part of it. Again, I was lining up one of the last onto the pontoon. And then, yeah, I was very happy with the race. Had a bit more momentum than Tokyo. Definitely blew off some cobwebs there in Tokyo, so in Lausanne, felt a little bit more like myself. Tried to attack the bike course as best I could. Because for me right now, I don't have all the cards to play. My run is just not there, so I need to shake people on the bike and I need to make the bike hard. So I think I overrode a little bit on the bike, made a few nutritional errors, not getting quite enough in, and then just had to survive that 10K. Like, it was absolute brutal survival for me. But yeah, thrilled I got through that, thrilled the foot feels pretty good. Because that was a really, really big like check mark, like, okay, I'm making progress here. And I finished 5th, and the girls ahead of me, they're so strong right now. They were just on fire, and it was just great to be back with them, rolling turns, being in the mix, being in front of that crowd, everyone shouting, screaming, and just being, back in that atmosphere, back in the game, and yeah, another stepping stone towards back to where I want to be. I was on the wait list for the Banyuls World Cup, and yeah, only got into the race 30 minutes before the start time, so at 4:30 I was notified I'm gonna race. Race started at 5 p.m. Quickly threw on my numbers, put my numbers on my bike, racked my bike as everyone was lining up to be called onto the pontoon. but I was number 69, so I had a lot of time. But yeah, mentally, it's a challenge. I mean, basically all week you're grappling with, am I racing, am I not racing? And then even the day of, you're like, what's going on here? Am I going to be called in? Am I not? So yeah, to be honest, I think the mental game for me is still something I need to keep working on. Even just getting back into that racing mentality of really being able to push, really being able to trust your ability and really dig deep. So in terms of lining up, being excited to race, that's easy for me. I haven't raced in so long. I'm keen to be out there. So yeah, 30 minutes before, okay, not great, but I was like, okay, cool, I can do this. But then actually racing, being there on the run, just having that fight to really go deep, that's something I think you keep learning, and the more you race, the more you get that feeling back and that confidence. But it was great to be back out there again, finished on the podium, so thrilled with that, thrilled with how my run felt more like myself, which was good. I felt assertive, and I'm still lacking a lot. It's still gonna be a grind back, but yeah, there was good sensations yesterday, so it gives me a bit of hope. So next season, yeah, that's a big year. I mean, it's the Olympics. That's for me the main event. I've got that circled and starred on my calendar. That's kind of one of the only things, I guess, if I think about my triathlon career, that I haven't achieved yet. It's always been my dream to win an Olympic medal, so everything is geared towards that. And of course, I'm coming out of a serious injury, so I need to be very, very careful with how I build my running up. Not rushing it, just gradually building up so I can be healthy and racing 100% early next year, just so that I can have that consistency, because that's what you need, is just the consistency of training day in, day out. Doesn't have to be great, but I just need to get back to being able to do that, which I haven't been able to do since May 2018. So for me, that's the big goal, to be consistent, and to be consistent towards performing in Tokyo. And everything along the way to that will just be a bonus. But of course, I hope to be starting my season in Abu Dhabi. So I would love to get back out there and race the full series, gradually building back.